What's up, Pokemon trainers? My name is Pokemon Trainer Angie.
You sound very official. I'm just Chad, and I'm gonna go out and catch the biggest Pokemon that I can find. Pokemon Go, it's been absolutely insane out at the park. Oops, it bounced back at me.
So we have been obsessed with Pokemon Go, just like everyone else, and we thought it'd be fun today to talk about some Pokemon Go tips and hacks.
Before we get started, we want to give a special thanks to LOOTCRATE, the greatest geek and gamer monthly subscription box you can find, for helping make this video possible. Let's get on with the tips. Here we go! Tip number 1, the catch circle. When you're catching a Pokemon, you see that little circle? I didn't know what it meant for a long time. What happens is, it's green for one that's pretty easy to catch, orange for one that's harder to catch, and red for one that's probably gonna run away. That's really hard to catch. Also, the size of the circle matters. You'll notice that it's kind of shrinking, and if you throw when it's getting smaller, you have a greater chance to catch.
Tip number 2, it's important to look at the move strength before you transfer the Pokemon over to the professor.
A lot of times you'll look at the CP of your Pokemon and just say you have 2 Pidgeys, and one is a 50 higher CP. And but if his moves suck, like he has a move of 5, and then lower CP one has a move of 10 or 12, might be worth keeping that one, because you can always raise the CP with Candy and Stardust, but you can't change the moves unless you evolve. But sometimes I'll keep the lower CP one just to have a better move.
Tip number 3, before evolving Eevee, name it.
Yeah, depending on the name you give it, that will kind of decide which evolution you'll get. If you name it Pyro, you get Flareon. If you name it Sparky, you get Jolteon. If you name it Rainer, you get Vaporeon. So that's kind of a good trick. All right, after you play for a bit and you get to level 5, I didn't even start messing with gyms until like level 10. But the gyms are definitely worth it. If it's your color, you can still go in there and fight. They call it training, and you raise your gym's level. And if it's the opposite color, if you're fighting, you can lower their level, and eventually you lower it down to nothing and you can take over the gym. So definitely check out the gyms. But a lot of people aren't sure how to fight in the game, and I just learned a couple things myself just last night. You tap the enemies, right? But you can also dodge their attacks. There'll be a yellow flash on the screen, and you can swipe to dodge. So, but you can't dodge if you're in the middle of an attacking animation. So kind of attack like twice, maybe 3 times, wait for it to attack, and then dodge. And this is the one I didn't know until last night. How to do the special move. You'll notice your special bar fills up. Well, when you want to blow that, first I dodge, so you have a clear window, and then you just hold your finger on the enemy, and it will kind of cut to a little special move.
Number 5, definitely know your Pokemon type.
Yes.
I remember some from when I was a kid.
There's a lot to remember.
Oh, yes,
I have to turn to the chart. I just keep a chart, and I'm like, oh, what does rock do?
But if you want to go take a team on at the gym, you got to have the proper team yourself, so you got to know your type.
Tip number 6, the nearby screen that shows up on the bottom. Might seem obvious, but 3 steps means far away, 1 step means close, but I don't think anybody's exactly sure the proper distance. But when we were out, this sounds about right to me. I think it's about 50 meters per footprint. Because we were hunting that one at the park, and it really wasn't that far to get from 3 steps to 1. And if you're not finding it, you're probably going the wrong direction.
Tip number 7, use your Incense. I believe you get 2 when you join.
I think so, yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely better to use the Incense while walking, because we tried it in the car yesterday and nope.
Sit there and it gives, from what I understand, it gives you like 1 every 5 minutes if you're just sitting still. So the Incense is designed to be used while walking around for sure.
So get your exercise.
Exercise ain't my thing, but now I do it every day. By the way, we did do a Pokemon Go music video, which was a lot of fun.
It was.
So if you haven't seen it yet, definitely check it out. We'll put the link in the description below. Tip number 8, use your lucky eggs smartly. Lucky eggs, they only last for a half hour and they give you double XP. So you don't want to blow it while you're just wandering around hoping to find something. Maybe do it at the park if there's a lure, or if you're about to hatch some eggs from the incubator. Another good time is if you're planning to evolve things. And our friend Michael, who helped us film our Pokemon Go video, and he's the guy who's in the park at 2 a.m. He said hatching Pidgeys is a great way to get XP. Pidgeys, you can find a lot of them, and they only take like 12 candy to evolve, and evolving gives you good XP. So if you turn on a lucky egg and evolve a bunch of things, you can really level up.
Tip number 9, pick a team with your friends.
Yeah, which I didn't do. All my friends went Team Mystic, blue, and I'm like, I'm gonna be Valor, and I went red. Well, I ended up starting over because every time we go to a gym and we're trying to take the gym, it's kind of counterproductive when I'm trying to raise it and she's lowering it. So I'm like, all right, I'm team blue. Let's do it. Tip number 10, the last tip. Well, not quite. We have a bonus tip at the very end. Find Pokemon in their natural habitats. It's a myth that nighttime does anything. It's a myth that there's ghost ones in the graveyard. Don't be going in the graveyard. But if you're in the mountains, elevation might even help. But if you're by the ocean, you are more likely to find more water Pokemon. If you're in the desert, we're in the deserty location and we don't see Squirtle, but we might see Charmander around.
So if you want to catch them all, you got to travel the world.
That's right, yeah.
This is
Have to go in a mansion to catch Chandelure eventually. All right, before we give our final bonus tip, we got to give a special shout out to Loot Crate. If you haven't heard of Loot Crate, it's the best monthly subscription box that you can get. For geek and gamer gear, less than $20 a month, you can get official t-shirts, all kinds of items, little figures, and really cool stuff.
We love them so much and have been subscribed to them since the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
And July's theme box is futuristic.
Yes. You got some Star Trek Next Generation in there.
Mega Man.
That's enough for me to subscribe right there. So definitely check them out. You have until July 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to get this month's futuristic box.
If you want to check out Loot Crate, I'll put their link below, and I'll also put a 10% off coupon that you could use.
That's right. All right, before we head out to catch more Pokemon in the giant Pokeball that's missing the white circle, we forgot to do that. We did a Pokemon video a long time ago, and I literally had to go in the whole video and put a white dot here. But our final tip for you Pokemon Go players is be careful and have fun. Go outdoors, don't worry about other people's progress or who's got the gym. Just have some fun, step outside.
Yeah, and you could also do some charity things like walking some dogs while you're walking around catching your Pokemon. There's some apps that you could actually download that give money to charity based on how much you walk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just
have fun with it.
And have fun.
That's our tip.
So we want to know from you guys, what's the best Pokemon you've caught so far?
Yes, I had a Vaporeon once, and I didn't even name it. I didn't even name the Eevee beforehand. This was before I knew that trick.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe for more Pokemon Go videos in the future.
Yep, we'll see you guys later.
Bye!
Normally I throw something at the camera before we leave, but I'm not throwing this. So I'll throw myself!
Now it's time to hatch my egg. I gotta walk all that way. Exercise ain't my thing, but now I do it every day. I overheard someone say